Oh, okay. So let's try this last problem. All right, so we want to find the volume of a solid whose base is bounded by those curves, and we know what the graph looks like now. We've done it 4 times already. It's the same graph for all 4 problems. You have y equals x, and you have this, and they want the base to be here is perpendicular to the x-axis, but the shape or the figure, the solid, is a isosceles right triangle where the base is the hypotenuse. Now, what that means is this. Here is an isosceles right triangle, which happens to be a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Okay, they want this part right here to be the thing that touches this part right over here. So if I kind of open it up to make it three-dimensional, that little place, this plane right here, is basically this part right over what? Right here, okay? So that's going to be on the ground. So if you kind of look at it from the ground up, it's going to look something like this. I think I'm drawing it right. Yeah, so it'll kind of look like, it's like a pyramid where, sorry, it's not exactly 90 degrees, but anyway, so this right here would be the blue representing, this part. So it's kind of like from the ground, it's going to be sticking up 45 degrees. I mean, an isosceles triangle with 45 degrees at the base. But they want it. They want this part to be touching the graph. So the real question is, if we find this, how do we find these two sides right there? Because when you find the area of a right triangle, you have to multiply the two legs that are connected to the right angle. Now here you have to remember the shortcut, the 45, 45, 90 degree shortcut. So if you have a 45, 45, 90 degree triangle, if let's say the hypotenuse is 7, to go reverse order, you just take the hypotenuse and divide it by square root of what? 2. So both legs will be square root of 2 because it's an isosceles. The area of this triangle will be that times that divided by 2. Okay, so let's first figure out what the hypotenuse actually is in terms of like x and the variables. So here we know that this distance right here will be y2 minus what? y1. So y2 minus y1 is we'll call this the hypotenuse for h, and that's basically x minus x squared minus x minus 3, and this is x minus x squared plus x plus 3, and this will be negative x squared plus 2x plus 3. Okay, so this right here designates my hypotenuse. Okay, so we need to find the legs. Okay, so if my hypotenuse is negative x squared plus 2x plus 3, then my legs, okay, my legs are going to be that divided by radical 2. Like so, okay? Negative x squared plus 2x plus 3 divided by radical 2. And the area of that triangle, which again, technically we're going to call it base, okay? The area of this base is negative x squared plus 2x plus 3 times negative x squared plus 2x plus 3. Oh, sorry, I forgot the radical 2. So this, if you simplify this, one more thing. The whole thing has to be divided by 2 because it's a triangle, right? Base times height divided by 2. So this will be rewritten as, parentheses, I'll write like this, negative x squared plus 2x plus 3 squared. And then, here, let me actually write it like this so we don't get confused. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 will be square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2, and all divided by what? 2 again. Or we can just multiply by 1/2, which will make the denominator a 4. So this would be like 1/4 negative x squared plus 2x plus 3 squared. Okay, now the question is this, what did we just find, right? We found the area of the base. I'm sorry, so when we say base, there's so many bases here. The base of the prism. So again, when you look at a figure like this standing right side up, we have to kind of push it over, put it on the ground because we want to look at it as a prism. Here's your base, and your top will look something like that, right? Okay, so I guess like this. This right here is your dx, or your height. And area of a prism is, I'm sorry, the volume of a prism is base times height. So height is dx. The question is, what's my base? Well, we just found it. It's going to be this stuff right over here. So all of this will go into here, and then we'll put the antiderivative symbol. So antiderivative of -1, 2, 3 will bring the 1/4 outside. Parenthesis negative x squared plus 2x plus 3 squared dx. And let's plug this in. And we should be getting 8.533. So -1, 2, 3. Negative x squared. Let me put a parenthesis on there. Left parenthesis. Plus 2x plus 3, close the parenthesis, and you square it, and take the whole thing and divide it by 4, and dx equals 8.533, and that's what we got, 8.533. Okay, rewind it, watch it 10 times, and then try it again by yourself.